May the Noble Triple Gem bless you all. Welcome yet another episode of Know Your Mind, the Buddhist Science. I have a question to ask from you. In order to find cure for your diseases, you're going to doctors. You go and meet doctors, isn't it? Yes. When you have physical pain or when you have illness, something that you have in the physical body, right? Then you go after to see your family doctor, and then you explain about your physical disease and your symptoms, and then he will diagnose the root cause of these illnesses or disease, and then he will treat to your disease. Now, the question is, who are you going to consult for your mental suffering? Do you have a specific doctor that who will be able to liberate yourself from all your mental sufferings? What do you think? Ladies and gentlemen, the perfect doctor for all the mental suffering is the Buddha. Buddha born to this world in 2500 years ago, and he understands the mechanism of the mind. He understands the world of perception by himself, and he explained that science to the rest of the world. That is why he is exceptional. That is why we call him. He's a perfect man born to this world. He is the greatest man who lived on this earth because he found what is this world is. In today's episode, I want you to think about this, the world that you think. Your world and my world. What do you think? Is it your world and my world are same? Or is it two different things? Because when we are explaining things, when we are sharing our understanding, our feelings, our emotions with each other, we use words. We use different shapes of sounds to convey the message to the others. But the thing is, can I plant all my feelings in your world? No, isn't it? Because what I understand, what I feel cannot 100% transfer to you, ladies and gentlemen. Cannot 100% transfer to you. If you understand this truth, then your life will be very easy, because you know that you won't be able to explain something that you feel to the others 100%. You cannot plant your imagination, your feelings, your emotions 100% on the other's mind, because you have to see the mind as an instrument. You have to see the mind as an equipment. Mind is like a machine which acts according to the inputs. Because your experiences, your point of views, your memories are different to my memories and my experiences. That's why my world is not your world is not my world. But we live we think that we live in the same world that exists in the outside. You perceive the same object as I perceive the same object. But that is a fallacy, ladies and gentlemen. This is the gospel truth you have to understand. The image, the mental image that create in your mind because of what you see from your eyes, because of the light rays that comes to your eyes, creates a mental image in your mind. Do you agree with that? Yes. And is it the same image that I perceive? No, because the light rays that comes to you cannot be the same light rays that comes to me. This is you have to think about it. I know. The thing is, we born as a human being, we all were born as a human being, and we never think about ourselves. We think about the outside, what we perceive, and we never think about how this perception happens. We always pointing our cameras toward the outside, and we are pointing outside. We always point our fingers to the outside, and we complain about the things that exist in the outside. This is your life. And I have to say that sadly, that your life you have to change your life. To be honest with you, I changed my life thanks to my teachers. I want you to change your life as well, because your life, what you're doing so far, what you have been doing so far is something, a fallacy. You're trying to protect something that doesn't exist. That is your world. That is your world that created within your mind. You're trying to protect that world. Because in your world, you have your mom, your dad, your uncle, your aunt, your wife, your father, your mother, your brother, your sisters, your fiance, and all these people. And also inside your world, you have things that you achieved, things that you accumulated, your houses, your cars, and all these things that belongs to you. But ladies and gentlemen, do they really belongs to you, or is it something that you feel, that you think as if they are yours? Ladies and gentlemen, this is what you have to understand. This is something that you feel, that is something that you created in your mind, created in your world, that these things belongs to me. That's why your world is not my world. But we think that we live in the same world. You have to think about this. This is very funny, because when I say that your world is not my world, you always feel, how can it be? Because we always live in the same world. But the thing is, if you see this hand right now, you can see this part of my hand, but I can't see that part of my hand. I can see only the back side of my hand. This is what you feel right at this moment. This is your world, and this is my world. Your world and my world is not the same. I cannot share what I feel with you. I cannot share what you cannot share what you feel with me. But we are using words to transfer this message. We try our hard to execute, to create the same mental image as I feel, but that is not going to work. You always feel something that you based on your experiences, based on your memories, based on things that comes to your mind on that situation. Ladies and gentlemen, I told you that this is the science of the mind, isn't it? This episode we have been discussing about the science of the mind. That's why I want you to think about this, that the world that we think that we live is not the earth, because at this moment you have no idea what's actually happening on the other side of the earth, other side of the planet. For example, let's say if you're in USA, you don't know what's happening in the Australia. If you're in Australia, you don't know what's happening in the UK. Yes, of course, you can watch your TV, but the thing is, your world is that moment that what you experience, right? And if you're watching this video at some place, like let's say you're at your workplace and you're watching this video, and how about your home? Is it in your world? No, at this moment your home is not in your world, because you can't see it, you can't feel it. But the thing is, when you go home, then you start to experience the world. Ladies and gentlemen, this is something really important you to understand. Each and every moment, your world is keep changing. This monk that you're talking to you is your world. The moment that you take your attention to something else, that is the thing that you have in your world. This is very funny, but we think that world is there, that is fixed, and we live in this world, and you think time to time you go there, you see the same thing again and again. But the thing is, that is not what actually happens. When we delve deeper into this science, you will understand very simply. I can explain these things very simply, but the thing is, it takes time. That's why we are not in a hurry to understand the science of the mind. We go slowly and steadily, because by this journey will liberate yourself from all the suffering that you have experienced throughout your entire life. I can show these principles very slowly. We are not in a hurry. So if you have any questions regarding what we have discussed today, feel free to put them in the comment section below, and we will try our best to give answers for those questions. And see you in the next episode of Know Your Mind, the Buddhist Science to brighten up your life.